What's up guys, Omega here and welcome back to GT7, where it appears that the update is much larger than initially thought. I covered which things were leaked on Twitter, but looks like this update is actually going to be quite massive. Heaps of interesting stuff, including VR, stuff for controller players, new events, etc. I'm about to cover all of that stuff in this video. So the source of today's information is GT Planet. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. If you get any value out of today's video, let me know by dropping a like on it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content, and let's get into it. So heading over to GT Planet, and this article is headed Gran Turismo 7 Update 1.31 details, 120 Hz and VRR, new cars, events, tracks, track layouts, physics changes, and more. So the full details of the Gran Turismo 7 Update 131 have leaked from Japan, and it's a big one. Although it might not have the major headline features we saw in the last update, 1.31 still brings a wide variety of changes and new content. There's a lot to cover, so let's dig in. So we know about the 5 new cars coming, but scrolling down here, we actually have 2 new track layouts coming for the Nürburgring. The Nürburgring Endurance and the Nürburgring Sprint. So the Sprint layout cuts the standard Nürburgring GP circuit short by adding a sharp right hairpin connecting to the back half of the circuit just after turn 4. The Endurance layout appears to introduce the same hairpin on the GP circuit in addition to the full loop of the Nordschleife. With this, they're also adding new events to take advantage of the new layouts. New race events have been added to world circuits including Nürburgring, Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600, World Touring Car 800, Kyoto Driving Park Porsche Cup, Tokyo Expressway, Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge 600. Settings changes have also been applied to the World Touring Car 600 race at Tokyo Expressway, and you can now access the race shop when using a circuit's meeting place. And moving down, we have a VR update, 120 Hz and variable refresh rate. Gran Turismo 7 can now be played at 120 Hz with a variable refresh rate, VRR, on the PlayStation 5 when connected to a compatible display. Although this functionality will only be available to a number of players with high-end TVs, it is a significant technical development which will be closely analysed over the coming days and weeks. Until now, Gran Turismo 7 has operated at a maximum of 60 Hz on the PlayStation 5, so the 120 Hz option is a major change along with VRR by allowing the display to match the game's frame rate in real time. Variable refresh rates eliminate screen tearing effects to provide a strikingly smooth gameplay experience. Some new photoscapes have been added, additions to the GT Cafe. Several new changes are coming to the GT Cafe, including new menu books focused on the Toyota family cars, clearly a reference to the Toyota Alphard and the Ford GT. Additional conversations have been added with car designers and the usual cast of cafe characters so you can discuss the vehicle you are currently driving in the game. Suspensions physics. So I'm going to just cover this, did do it in a previous video, but there's a little bit more detail here. Polyphony Digital has made several adjustments to the calculations model of the suspension geometry, which should have some fairly significant implications for how cars feel to drive. According to the patch notes, the changes are designed to improve the stability of the car orientation during braking and the traction during acceleration. Adjustments have also been made to the suspension damping characteristics to further improve the stability of cars when driving over bumps and curbs. The tyre model. Curbs and bumps are getting a lot of attention from Polyphony Digital's physics engineers in this update, as changes to the tyre model have also been added to improve stability when driving over these bumps and through low speed corners. The tyre heating and wear models have also been optimized, along with the aquaplaning effect on wet road surfaces. So aerodynamics, changes have been made to how aerodynamic effects impact cars, with special attention to open-wheeled Formula cars. This could be in preparation for the new Super Formula SF23 cars teased for GT7 back in January. For the rest of the cars in the game, downforce and air resistance calculations have been optimized in relation to vehicle ride height. Anti-lag system. In turbocharged engines, anti-lag systems work to keep the engine pressurized with boost, but this could have resulted in engine RPM levels rising too high at idle in GT7. Polyphony Digital has now introduced a limiter to keep RPMs from increasing too much while the car is stopped. Performance points. The default suspension and aerodynamic settings on race cars and certain road cars have been adjusted by Polyphony Digital. This has resulted in performance point adjustments of various cars in the game. So very interesting to see how this will play out in game. All these changes to the aerodynamics and the suspension and the performance points. Changes to the wireless controller. Considering the vast majority of Gran Turismo 7 players are using the DualSense controller, this is a big one. The steering algorithm, which interprets the controller's stick or directional input buttons, has been adjusted and improved. Additional changes to the force feedback delivered through the wireless controller have also been made. Driver assists. Several changes have been made to the driver assists in GT7, which could have significant impacts, including traction control. Intervention levels have been adjusted to be weaker at the lowest setting and stronger at the highest setting. The anti-lock braking braking system has been adjusted to improve stability under full braking conditions. Active stability management controls have been adjusted to increase the amount of intervention when oversteering. The counter steering assistance feature has actually had its strength reduced, which means it is less likely to intervene when oversteering has been detected. Online lobby keyboard controls. While spectating a race in an online lobby, players can now use a connected keyboard to switch between camera cars and camera views. Although this is a niche feature, such controls have long existed in previous Gran Turismo titles and were essential to content creators streaming online races. This will make it easier for everyone to produce higher quality esports broadcasts with GT7. So very interesting stuff there. And sport mode for the online championships held in GT7 sport mode, various changes have been made to include races with different penalty settings and race regulations. And starting with the exhibition series season 4, schedule changes are designed to make it easier to participate in a wider range of time zones. So it looks like we are going to have a 4th season of the exhibition series, which is very interesting because we haven't heard anything about this yet. We weren't sure whether we were going into the official season or another exhibition season, but this confirms that it looks like we're going to have another exhibition series. So pretty cool. Legendary car price adjustments. As announced last year, Gran Turismo has partnered with Haggerty to bring dynamic pricing to GT7's legendary cars dealership. The next price revision for cars has been announced to arrive around June 2023. Circuit experiences and license tests. All circuit experience and license tests have had their time of day settings changed, along with new demonstration laps. As a result, all ranking boards will be reset. So that might be good news to some, might be really bad news to others. If you've grinded to, set really good times and maybe records, who knows, then yeah, all of those hours are about to be wiped. So don't know how that will go down, but is what it is. And then other changes, there appears to be a wide range of other changes, including adjustments to various driving missions, the use of the player's avatar in scapes, changes to the pit menus, and more. We can also expect the update to remove the Gran Turismo Sophie Race Together special event, which was scheduled to close at the end of March. The full list of patch changes will be available in the game, but GT Planet's community is the ultimate source for undocumented changes Polyphony Digital does not mention. So yeah, there you have it. Massive changes. Did not expect that. Let me know what you guys think about these changes in the comments below. Now, there was a few details that I kind of skipped over there. If you are interested in seeing a little bit more about those, then navigate to the link in the description and you can have a look at all this yourself, or I'll pop up another video on the screen now and you can go ahead and take a look at that where I explain what the cars are and stuff like that. But yeah, there was just so much more to this update that has been leaked and I left out of my previous videos. That's why I did another one. But yeah, lots and lots of changes coming. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you want to. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.